Hey everybody, it's Professor Malat with probably the last weekly overview. I'm not sure if I'll record one for week 15 or not. As the semester comes to a close, my videos are getting shorter and shorter because I have fewer things that I need to say to you. So this week, we are rolling into our Thanksgiving break. You're working on finishing your recast project. Make sure to take into consideration the feedback you've gotten from me, and if you've had the opportunity for a peer to review your project, also take into consideration their feedback as well. I really appreciate that you have all taken part in the peer review process throughout the semester. I think having an extra set of eyes and feedback from your peers is helpful to see where, because we're so intimately connected with our own writing and our own work, that we often will have kind of blinders on, if I could say that. So please make sure that you take their feedback into consideration. You don't have to take it all and make all of the changes that we suggest, but at least take it into consideration. Um, Also, something to keep in mind, the college has asked students to complete a course evaluation. I do have a link here that takes you to the course evaluation site. If you could take a few minutes and go through and honestly assess how things went, both strengths and weaknesses of the course, as well as me, your instructor. I really value the feedback I get from students because that helps me to adapt my teaching approach, the materials that I use in class, and so on and so forth. So it really helps me to develop classes for future students, and I always try to take your feedback into consideration. It is completely anonymous. It takes about 5 minutes to go through the assessment, or not the assessment, through the evaluation. Um, the, the feedback is presented anonymously. I don't have access to that feedback until after final grades are submitted. Um, so it doesn't affect your final grade at all, but I do appreciate the feedback that I get from students. So please take a moment to do that course evaluation. It really helps me to improve upon my teaching practices. Um, Make sure you do that for every course that you're taking as well. So we only have a few things left here. Oh, I don't have a due date for the course evaluation. You should have gotten an email from the university that will have the due date. I will go in and look at my own email because I get reminders from the university of when those evaluations are supposed to be due. And I will update this page. So once you come into the week 14 and week 15 modules, we should have that due date established so you know when the absolute final day is. So make sure you complete that course evaluation and get that recast project done. I think most of you have done a really great job so far, so you only have some minor revisions to do. So hopefully this whole recast project has been fun for most of you. I've been blown away by several of the creative approaches that students have taken. I've had playlists and poetry, and somebody even wrote a song, and other people have done fantastic infographics. It is fantastic. You're doing such great work. So this has been a real joy for me to see after you got through the whole research process, to see how you could spin that for a public audience in a different genre. So awesome job. This has been the best class for the recast thus far. So awesome job, everybody. Um, Readings, of course, if you need it, we have those recast project examples. If you would like your own project, if I thought you just did a fantastic job and you would like to have your project included as an example, please let me know. Just drop me an email. I do have those files in the system. And if you agree to have your work as examples as well, that I can use them. All I need is for you to give me your permission. You don't have to sign a form or anything like that, but as long as I have your permission on file, then I know that it's okay. And if you don't like to have your name associated with the work, you can do it anonymously if you would rather. But Yeah, so if you want your stuff to be used as a recast project example, just let me know. There are also things on copyright, fair use, and Creative Commons that you should know, and I think this might be recycled from the previous week. There are a couple of videos in here, as well as citing your sources, what is common knowledge. There is also a short video there. I think the videos, there are 3 videos, and I think it's under 6 minutes for all 3 of them together. As far as lectures and media, you just have this week's lecture, this week's overview, which of course is embedded in the weekly announcement. So have a fantastic Thanksgiving. And in next week, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at the week 15 overview. And, the last thing that you need to do is this final course reflection. It's different than the course evaluation. The evaluation is for the university. The course reflection is for me. We don't have a final in this class, so the course reflection is just the last thing that you have to do for me. And you have some flexibility of how you can approach that. But what I want you to do is to assess how well you have met the 5 course learning objectives, which are outlined here. I will take you into the course reflection. That is due Saturday, Saturday, December 7th. That is the final day for not the semester, the final day for classes before finals begin. This is a self-reflection of your work over the course of the semester. It's not an analysis of how well I did my job as an instructor or an assessment of the course, right? You do that in the course evaluation. However, I want you to think about these 5 course learning outcomes. If you want to do a written reflection, try to aim for about 2 double-spaced pages. You can also do a presentation, so a PowerPoint, Google Slides, Prezi, you name it. If you want to record a video with you just sitting in front of your phone or your computer and you talk through the points, that's perfectly fine. Try to keep it under 10 minutes. Likewise, you can also do an audio recording where you're just talking into your phone and submit the audio file. So you will look at these 5 course learning outcomes, think about the work that you've done over the course of the semester. I don't want you to submit a full portfolio of the work. I just want to see or hear about your reflection on the work. So the due date for this is absolutely firm. It is Saturday, December 7th. I don't want you to submit anything late. This assignment is worth 10% of your final grade. So here we have the rubric. It's really wide open. So take a look at the rubric, take a look at that course reflection assignment. Again, there is also a reading. If you're curious about writing as a thinking tool, this is a really great reading. But those are the things that you have to do. So again, the Recast Final Project is due Sunday, December 1st. If you need extra time, that's perfectly okay. You can take until the 7th if you need to. If you are like super behind on a few different things and you email me, I will give you some extra time past finals week, but I really want to make sure that the bulk of submissions have been submitted by the 7th. That way I can go through, update the grade book and get grades done and, get my own break in. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Have a fantastic winter break if you don't see anything from me in week 15. And then, on to the spring, right? Good luck to each and every one of you. It has been a real joy to have all of you. You are such a hard-working group. Keep up that hard work in all of your classes because I promise you it will pay off. Take care, everybody.